Jason Spangler, the SanteeSwapper, back with another unboxing. This one I actually have a little introductory letter to read to you that kind of gives you a little bit of the guy's history. Now, when I buy these collections from folks all over the country, I always like to talk to them on the phone. Sometimes it's just emails, kind of getting their story. And so I printed this one out just to share with you. It said, hello, Jason, going through collections and downsizing. Thought you might be interested in my pieces. I'm 72 years old this month, became an Eagle Scout back in 1963. I got to go to the National Jamboree in Valley Forge in 1964, part of the St. Louis contingent. I was also the first group to work at and dedicate the new Boy Scout Ranch, SF, in Missouri in 1965. And he sent me pictures with all kinds of stuff. He currently lives in Indiana, but as he mentioned, this stuff was from St. Louis where he grew up. So I've seen the pictures. I know there's a lot of stuff crammed into this box, and I'm excited to get in here and show you what he has. All right, so here's the collection, as you can see, all in this box. A little envelope of stuff here, and then it's well packed. So let's see what we've got. All right, first we'll open up the envelope. So as he said, he went to the 64 Jamboree and he grew up in St. Louis, Missouri. And so you can see here, obviously, gonna be from Shawnee. Shawnee is the lodge in that council. It's still around, even though they've had multiple mergers. The name Shawnee, the lodge number 51, still there. This is great to see, a nice Jamboree picture. Troop 73 from St. Louis, Missouri, June 29th through the 31st, 1964. Put that up there for you to see as well. And then he has some other stuff here from the 64 Jamboree. These look to be like sort of souvenir photos that would have been taken. This is some information about his patrol. Scoutmaster was named Harvey Zucker. And then this is the commemorative book you could have gotten after the Jamboree that would have sort of all the pictures and stuff. Nice cool item there. So that's what was in the envelope. Let's see what's in here. I know there's gonna be quite a few neckerchiefs in this collection. That was something in the pictures that kind of became evident looking at everything. So we'll go through here. Let's see, there's lots of neckerchiefs. This was more of a generic one. Here's one from Shawnee. Again, you can see that totem here. And then he mentioned this dedication. So in 1965, SF Ranch dedication, Shawnee Fall Reunion. And I'm sure somebody would love to get that. This is a 1950 Jamboree, sort of that rayon type material. And then here's some stuff he traded for. So this would, oh, actually this would have been his contingent, sorry. 1964 St. Louis. He's got 2 of those contingent neckerchief pieces, which is always nice. Then here's the 64 Jamboree. Obviously he's gonna have multiples of these. And this kind of goes back to what I always tell people, the Jamboree stuff is really pretty common. 102, not sure if this would have been his home troop or not. That's kind of an unusual way to do a troop neckerchief, but gosh, he's got 4 of them there, so not sure. I saw pictures of this. This is kind of unusual. So Greater New York Councils, that's just a red and white shoulder patch, but then it's attached to a white neckerchief, and then there is a UN patch on there that says, "We believe." No idea what the connection there is. Obviously, you know, the United Nations is headquartered in New York, so there might be something there where some scouts were doing something, ushering or doing something. I can't really speak to that. More St. Louis stuff here, bicentennial, St. Louis camps. Looks like he kind of organized these neckerchiefs and a bunch of one here. Here's a camp staff neckerchief. So I, in the summertime, run a scout camp in South Carolina as a camp director. And so I love seeing, you know, camp staff. That's kind of a neat thing there. And then here's all the patches. Yep, so dump out these patches. You guys can see. Kind of clear this off there. So this will be kind of fun to put up. So you see this difference here. There is what we call a khaki and red strip, and then there's a red and white strip. The khaki and red strips go way back. There's some of them go into the 30s, but pretty much during the 40s and right into the early 50s, you had the khaki and red, and then it goes to this red and white in the 50s, going up into the 60s before they phase out. So he has some of those. He also has some other community strips here that you can see. University City, I'm seeing multiples of those. So that may have been the part of St. Louis that he lived in. And then I can see a couple of other things here. Yep, this is one that I saw. So in the pictures that he sent, there were several of these trail patches. And so there in St. Louis, they have this trail that scouts hike. And so he had multiple of these trail patches. I'm sure this would have been something that he would have done as a scout, although none of these appear to be sewn, so it's also possible that he got those from a scout shop or some other event. 64 Jamboree, one of these is sewn, one is not. Those are the jacket patches. Here's another one of those pies that would have gone on his neckerchief. We already saw the neckerchief twice. Then this was kind of interesting. It kind of goes along with the UN. He had them sort of paired together. These are the sort of set of council shoulder strips that go with the Greater New York. And you can see the 5 boroughs are in essentially kind of their own council of the Greater New York. Now, eventually they do merge together. That was a long time ago, but today it's all just one council. In this pile here, I'm seeing other activity patches. Yep, just proves my point. So I say about these, when I tell people about Jamboree stuff, I say the thing about Jamboree stuff is they've made lots and lots and lots of those patches. And so here's one collection, and in this one collection, we've already seen 2 neckerchiefs or 3 neckerchiefs. There's 5 of the Jamboree patches. So there's just a lot of that Jamboree stuff floating around, if it was kind of the official made stuff. Then he also has a few other items from his home lodge, Shawnee. Here's some just event patches that he probably attended and was part of, and some people might like to get those back. Then here are some camp patches. Also, we saw a neckerchief that had this design, this St. Louis design, so I'll throw that up there. These other 2 patches here are sewn, so ones that he would have probably worn. Then here's some other patches from St. Louis camps. Not a camp I'm familiar with, Camp Sakima. And I think I saw, yeah, here's another one, Camp Famous Eagle, and that's dated 1966. So in this pile here, there's not too much else. There is a Shawnee Lodge S1. This is Houston, Texas. That's their flat, but being this big, big council, Houston, Texas, there's a lot of those around. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's a Richmond Heights. Again, some of these people get excited about because they are kind of older. So I think that's kind of it. I've already made a deal with the guy. I already bought this collection, and I've actually had the box sitting in my office for a little while now, so I wanted to make sure that I opened it up and then sent him a follow-up email telling him what I saw and how excited I was to get this. So I'm sure that somebody who lives in that Kansas City area, you know, St. Louis, that, you know, Missouri, that they would love to get some of these pieces, and I'll post them out there and try and rehome these items. Thanks for watching the video. Jason Spangler, the SanteeSwapper. Go to my website, scoutpatchcollectors.com. There you can find more videos like this. You can find my podcast, my newsletter that I send out to collectors weekly, and everything I have going on in the hobby. Thanks very much.